everyone, so today I'm here to talk about the low iodine diet, which most of you might be questioning what is low iodine. And I was right with you when I was told I needed to follow this diet around 5 years ago. And the reason why I'm actually doing this is because unfortunately I kind of received some bad health news. And if you're familiar with my thyroid cancer story, if you follow that video, you somewhat will know, what's going on, but I really don't want to focus on the bad stuff right now. I don't want to put too much, emphasis on what's going on. I'm taking one day at a time, but to go long story short, I was told I needed to go on this low iodine diet again. And I did this low iodine diet 5 years ago when I was firstly diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and I'm doing this because it's an extremely hard diet, in my opinion, and for most people, from what I read, everyone's really frustrated about this type of diet, and there's not much information out there regarding this type of diet either. And I just figured it's the second time around that I'm having to do this, so why not make a video so that some people that are being told today or tomorrow or in a week, whatever, that they need to follow this diet, maybe they'll find some encouragement in this video. So I'm going to try to include what I ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's somewhat of a what I eat in a day video, but it's just different because I'm on this specific diet right now. If you're questioning why you need to go on a low iodine diet, is because pretty much thyroid cells are very unique in the sense that they absorb iodine from your food, which is usually a very good thing. You want to have a good iodine intake, and some people need to go on iodine supplements because they feel tired, and that's because your functioning thyroid isn't receiving enough iodine via your food, so you feel sluggish because it does thrive on iodine. Now, the other end, when you're diagnosed with cancer, or if you need to do radioactive iodine, which for mostly all the types of thyroid cancer, chemo won't work, it has to be radiation, and it's a radioactive pill that has iodine attached. So the way this works is, technically, they want to starve any thyroid cell, good and bad, that's in your body. So in order to starve your cells of the iodine, you go on this low iodine diet for 14 days. After the 14 days, you receive the radioactive pill so that your cells are starving from iodine, and they'll uptake as much as possible, because if you don't go on this diet, the pill and the radiation may not even work, if that makes sense. I was told I need to go on this diet for 14 days. It's typically 14 days that you do it for. I'm on day 9, I believe. I think I'm allowed to go off of this diet on September 16th, which is right before I go on my trip, which I'm really excited about, actually. I'm going to try, to keep up my spirits and still, enjoy my trip, and I'm going to try to do some vlogs and outfits of the day and things like that, and update you guys on social media. But that's off topic. Personally, I can give you some, story. Again, I don't want to focus on the bad stuff right now because I'm trying to be really positive and take one day at a time, and I don't want you guys to worry about me either. But right now, I'm just going to get a very small dose for my iodine scan. So I get that on the 16th. I'm just going to have a whole body scan, and they give you a very small radioactive pill. Like, it's very low dose, so it's nothing like I had in the past that was very strong. This is just because they want to find something, so whatever lights up, when they do the scan, I take the pill on Wednesday, and then I go 2 days later, it's supposed to light up, what have you. But this is just like the preparation. I'm not sure if when I come back from my trip, if I'm going to have to do any surgery. Most likely yes, but possibly if surgery isn't in the works, depending on my test results, my exams, I may have to do the actual radiation. and that's the big dose. That's when you have to be, you're so radioactive that you need to be in a room, quarantined for a couple of days. You can't use normal utensils and dishes. You need to be in your own spot, you know, away from everyone, because your radiation is trying to kill all the cells. Cancer, good, bad and good, because they want to get rid of the good thyroid cells because they can become cancer later on. But that radiation may affect functioning thyroids that, you know, of people that are around me, you know, including pets, babies, adults, everyone. So I'm not at that stage yet. You know, who knows, I may not have to go there, but that's what I did 5 years ago. So the big question is, what foods have iodine? And it's honestly just easier to tell you what foods don't have iodine or have really, really low amounts, because it's almost everything. And I have like a cheat sheet on my phone, so I can just pretty much like just tell you. So not allowed is definitely going to be salt, iodized salt, and most, you know, salt that we buy in our homes is supplied with iodine, which is usually a good thing, but I can't have that one. So typically you would go out and buy non-iodized salt, which is what I'm cooking with at the moment. Sea salt you can't have, anything containing salt in the label. So if you read the label, even my Lara bars, I thought I was going to get by with using, you know, eating my Lara bars because they're, you know, so simple in ingredients, but it had sea salt. Same with my almond milk. I thought it's almonds. They don't have iodine, but they added sea salt, so that's out of the, you know, the equation. Then seafood. Seafood is like the #1 food that's so high in iodine because it comes from the ocean. So no seafood at all. And that's including like ingredients that come from seafood, like algae, you know, that you may find in different food products that aren't necessarily seafood. You can't have dairy products, egg yolks, so you can have egg whites. No bakery products, because most times iodine is in the dough that is used to make those pastries and bakery foods. You can't have anything with red dye, #3. Most chocolate you can't have because of the dairy content. You can have cocoa powder, but then I'm left with drinking cocoa powder and water, and that's just really not my thing. I'm pretty sure there might be some nut milks that are out there without salt, but it just wasn't worth it for me to go out and buy them. So no, let me see. Some medications may contain iodine, some vitamins. You can't have soybeans or soybean products. So yeah, you can have some chicken and some, I think you can have some red meat, but it has to be cooked yourself with your own non-iodized salt, and you're only allowed 6 ounces per day. You are allowed fresh fruits and vegetables and salted nuts and nut butters. Unfortunately, go figure, the raw peanut butter that I had at home was salted, lightly salted, so I couldn't have that. You can have sugar, jelly, jam, like yay, so healthy. And then you can have sodas, another one, yeah, like I'm gonna drink sodas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So then the other thing that makes it really hard for me is that I'm gluten-free as well. So certain things that could possibly be non-iodine then have gluten, so it makes it really harder. You can have vegetables if you cook them yourself. So at work, I'm running into the issue that usually, you know, I eat pretty healthy, so I can't even imagine how difficult this diet might be for someone that eats processed foods on a regular basis. I already eat so many fruits and vegetables and non-processed, so if it's hard for me, I can't even imagine. But for instance, at lunchtime, usually I would grab a salad with roasted vegetables, sauteed peppers, like things like that. Now I can't have anything because there's salt added. So my salads at work have been pretty much cucumbers, carrots, peppers, onions, lettuce, and then olive oil and vinegar, and that's it. I'm not starving because I feel like, you know, I kind of calculated, I'm eating a lot of nuts and raisins, so I'm eating the same calories, but there's just some feeling in there, like I don't feel satisfied because I'm missing out on foods that I usually like to eat. The other day I was at home, and you know, at home I try to get a little bit more creative because I have more time. So for breakfast, if you're on this diet, steel cut oats is something, or any oats is something that you are allowed to have. You're not allowed to have most breads or pastas because they might contain eggs. Now I checked in my quinoa pasta, because it's gluten-free, it doesn't have any eggs either. So I was able to eat that for dinner one day. So I had that with a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, and that was my dinner. But I wanted to show you, like, you know, examples of what I ate this one day, because I think it can give you some ideas. So oatmeal is good. So I made myself steel cut oats, which is something I really, really like. I have them. Mine are gluten-free. You know, it doesn't have to be gluten-free. And I added some water and non-iodized salt, and then I sweetened it with some honey, and it turned out really good. I added some fresh fruit, actually frozen fruit, that I kind of like thawed in the pan, and then I topped it off with some cinnamon, and yeah, that was pretty much it. But that was really delicious and very filling. Also, be careful about certain foods, like cherries. If you eat normal cherries fresh or like frozen, but they're, you know, what's that type? I keep forgetting. I was just talking about this the other day. There's, you know, the type of cherries, which I'll add somewhere in the video if I remember, but the cherries that they add on top of ice creams and sundaes and candies, they're white, and that red color is actually dye, so you can't have that. Some jelly you can have, but if it has a red dye number 3, you can't. So just, you know, watch out for those details. So for lunch this one day, I decided to make myself quinoa, which is totally allowed. You can have rice as well. So I made quinoa with some garlic, some olive oil, and my salt, my non-iodized salt, and yeah, it turned out pretty good. And then I made myself some organic chicken, and even though it was good, and my husband even tried it, I think I'm just so over this diet that nothing tastes good to me anymore. But I had the chicken, I seasoned it with some simple organic, the actual brand Simple Organic spices, all-purpose seasonings, and there was no salt in there. It was like oregano, like parsley, onion, like just different spices, and I seasoned it with that, with some olive oil and garlic, and I think that was it, and my salt. Yeah, so I had that for lunch, and then I'm the type of person that I'll eat a meal and I always crave something sweet. So like my dessert will usually, I'll try to make it healthy, so I'll have a piece of fruit and I consider that my dessert. So I had some cherries that I get from Costco, and I have these on, you know, even when I'm not on this diet, and they're so good. Like I get them from the freezer, and like I usually just rinse them to like remove the excess ice, and then within 5 minutes they're like halfway thawed, and oh my god, they're so good. And then for dinner, you know, like last time I was on this diet, I just crave a lot of homemade soup. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's just comforting, and because it's all vegetables, I'm allowed to eat it. You can have potatoes, but not the potato peel. So if you make soup with potatoes, but you peel them first, if you add vegetables, you can make like really, really good soup. So this time I was kind of craving soup as well. And my friend was really, really nice to bring over some bean soup. It's like traditional Portuguese bean soup with some cabbage and a lot of vegetables, and she kept the salt out, so I just like added a little bit of my salt just to make it, you know, a little bit more flavorful. But it was so good, it was so comforting, it just like really made my day, and I like kind of stretched out the soup for like 3 days, and it really, really helped me. And I think that's all I had for that day. I think I might have like snacked on a couple of walnuts. I have raw, natural, like simple walnuts always in my freezer that I get from Costco, so I think I probably just munched on a couple of them because they have the natural fats which keep you satisfied, and they're non-iodine. So that was pretty much my non-iodine day. So if you're watching this and your doctor told you to go on this diet, I really hope this encourages you. There's nothing you can do. You have to do the diet, and just think, if you cheat on this diet, it's for your own sake, because if you don't do it right, then your treatment won't be as effective, and then you're just harming yourself. So it's completely doable. You're going to feel very low energy at times because you're probably not eating the same things or not as much protein, but you'll get through it. You know, I'm not going to the gym as much lately, but I went yesterday, went today, you know, and I feel not at my 100%. I probably feel at my 90%. And, you know, it's a lot, very psychological. Just stay positive. Research as many things as possible. You know, I'm at this point where, you know, I see people eating like rice pudding and eating everything I like in front of me, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, you know, this is for my own good. You know, you have to be strong, just be positive and do what's right. There's so much in medical procedures that you can't control. Like, I can't control the amount of radiation I get from PET scans and MRIs, but I can control to be as good and as strict as possible with my diet in order for my treatments to work best. So, you know, just stay positive. Don't lose, you know, motivation. It's completely doable. I've done it twice now. So I hope this inspired you with some ideas. You know, I've been eating steel cut oats for dinner a couple of times now. So not that you have to eat these specific meals every time, but it just gives you an idea that you actually, because I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I'm just gonna starve. I just like read so many people saying that they lost so much weight. I haven't been losing weight. I mean, I have because I was on a plan, but not because of this diet. Because there are a lot of options still. They suck. Really sucks to go out to eat. I went out to eat with my friends the other day, and I just had to like ask them to make my own salad with, like, again, onion, carrot, apples, I think almonds, just like a very simple salad, and I paid like 14 bucks for the salad, and I was still hungry. So it sucks, but it's totally doable. You can do this. So I hope this inspired you. Let me know down below if you have any questions. Comment. I will get back to you as soon as I can. You know, I'm really happy that I can help anyone going through what I've been through. You know, let's make this, you know, a very helpful video in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching, and for those of you who are my viewers and like our regular viewers, and this video probably didn't pertain to you as much, so I'm sorry, it may be a little bit boring for you, but other videos are coming. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support, just reading your comments, you know, going through, like, we go through struggles, like on YouTube, we're still human, like we go through our own struggles, and sometimes I receive your comments and you don't know what I'm going through, but it just gets me through my day or my struggle so much better. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like the video, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!